Paraguay introducing a Bitcoin bill following El Salvador's bid to make the crypto market's top currency legal tender alongside the US dollar. Paraguay's bill appears totally different though. And joining us now to discuss is Juanjo Benitez Rickmann, CEO of Bitcoin.com Paraguay and Digital Assets S.A, a crypto mining provider in Paraguay. Welcome to the show, Juanjo. So a lot of anticipation on your Twitter feed about this proposed Bitcoin law in Paraguay that will be unveiled today. In your words, can you explain what this bill is all about?
Hello, Christine. Thank you for having me again. Okay, so this bill's proposal is introducing right now. This in this really moment. Okay, so it's really different about El Salvador because El Salvador present a bill for legal tender. And in Paraguay, we have a gray zone in Paraguay right now. So we need certainty for crypto Bitcoin investors here in Paraguay. We have many data centers that are working with Bitcoin mining. And if you are in a gray zone, it's hard. Normally, it's really hard to work. You have many problems. And we think that if we offer a proposal for a really good framework, any Bitcoin investors could come for Paraguay to Paraguay. Okay, you know that in China, for example, right now they are turning off many machines, thousands of megawatts. So Paraguay has a lot of energy. You know that we have a surplus energy that we want to sell, we want to export, and mining, Bitcoin mining is a way to export energy, we think, right?
Okay. As you mentioned, this bill is very different from El Salvador, whereas in El Salvador, they're adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. This is registering crypto for what appears to be tax purposes. Is that correct?
No, it's not that. It's not that. Because when you have a digital asset, for us in Paraguay, we have if you are not a legal currency, you are in the middle of a digital asset. Okay, so here you have to pay taxes for gains, for capital gains. Okay, so you are not in the VAT, for example, taxes. So when you pay is the same as when you pay in the States, okay, or in many other countries. You have to pay when you sell it and when you have any gain, okay? So it's not something to control our holders, Bitcoin holders, or things like that. It's just to get some peace of mind for any investor, a small one, a big one, any one of them, okay?
Mm-hmm. But so why would you need to register that with a government entity?
Okay, the way that we are thinking about is that you need some entity like, for example, our SEC, our Security and Exchange Commission, for example. But we are planning to offer a license from our Ministry of Industry. So we are trying to legalize a new industry, okay, the blockchain industry here in Paraguay. You know that I told you before that we are very informal in many ways. So with this proposal, we think that you will get some framework, really friendly framework for any investor here in Paraguay. You know that we all are working. We have mining operations, for example, here in Paraguay, and we also have companies that are doing, for example, exchanging Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, for example. So for us, it's the same. We are working as normal, okay? But we think, and we are sure that maybe with this proposal, we will be ready to open our arms to many investors, and it's important for us to sell our energy. Okay, it's for that.
I understand that having a regulatory framework is important, and if this is the way that makes the government comfortable, right? And if this is a way that makes the government comfortable as well as entrepreneurs, I see maybe Paraguay may feel that is the way to go forward. Nevertheless, as a mining provider, yourself a mining provider, are you okay with registering crypto mining operations with the government, and what benefit will that have?
I think that will be really good for us because many investors in many places in our country are working with really pressure. They're really in bad situation because maybe they are under extortion or extortions of things like that. Okay, because you cannot work in a good situation right now. So if you have a framework, if you have rules, if you have to just pay your bills, pay your taxes, and your taxes you have to pay only if you are selling your crypto. So right. And you have to sell your crypto to pay your bills, to pay your energy or things like that, of course.
So last time you were on CoinDesk TV, you said you were working with Carlitos Reala, one of the lawmakers introducing this Bitcoin bill. And so when working with him, was this kind of the compromise? Because I mean, some might be concerned about this posing some privacy risks.
I don't think so. I think that we work together with another congressman, the Congressman Silva Facetti, and he is as well in the same way that we are thinking. Okay, and they joined forces to achieve this goal. Okay, so I think that we are in a good position right now. I think that we are in a good position. Christine, it's impossible here in Paraguay. We are a really stable economy. We have a really stable economy, and so you cannot think in, for example, put a legal tender for Bitcoin, because maybe in Argentina, maybe in Venezuela, for example. For Paraguay, we need a really friendly framework to anyone here. I think that we are in a good path, really.
Finally, Juanjo, what's the likelihood of passage given that this legislation is being introduced by opposition politicians?
Well, this introduction will be with 3 senators for one chamber and for another as well. So they are thinking that it's a good opportunity for us to sell energy, our surplus energy, to get more investors to take advantage of our surplus energy that we are selling to Argentina and Brazil, for example. So they are really thinking of that this is a good proposal for anyone here in Paraguay. You have to read the proposal because it's really interesting, because many entities from government and for example offices from I told you before, AML and offices from the government that will help with this proposal. And I think that maybe it will take time, but maybe because you have process here in Congress, so maybe in
and you're saying
2 or 3 months
it has some sort of bipartisan support, right? So you're saying it has maybe some sort of budding bipartisan support, and it's mainly to create a regulatory framework and to encourage business in the country, versus in El Salvador, where they want to adopt it as legal tender. Perhaps Paraguay is just not ready for that at the moment. That's my sense. No. But Juanjo, we've got to wrap it up there.
I believe the same.